I don't be around men that talk that type of shit because my dad told me a long time ago, oh, you think there's no good men in the world? That's because you're not a good woman. Change your frequency, change the things that you attract, change your environment, change your proximity. And at the end of the day, when I decided to do that, I started to see a whole different group of people. So when you decide to change what you're viewing and what you're seeing, then we can have a conversation. But if this is what you see all the time, then you need to look within yourself and stop blaming other people because we don't live in a victim mindset, baby.
All right, I'll let you get off.
You thought that was it? You thought that first video was it? Oh no, there's plenty more of this video, so we are getting back into it. Let's get right back into it. Let's go.
We need to do this, fellas. I can say that as a leader, but I didn't say what I need to do because what I need to do may be something different.
So why are you advising people?
Because I'm in a different category of niggas.
Why are you advising people to do something
because
that you wouldn't even do?
I'm giving them good advice. That's my job on this podcast, to give good advice.
And you think that advice is good?
It's amazing advice.
Okay. So anyways, next to the current events is that we're going to discuss because I'm so sick of this man right here. Because at the end of the day, what I would say is this. I think you're amazing, but at the same time, you got to give people more of a chance and you got to stop generalizing a whole population of women. Because, no, listen to me. Because at the end of the day, not everyone is the same. I have a whole bunch of women that I'm surrounded with. Everything is based off proximity. Everything that you see, everything that you do, everything that you're surrounded with is what you choose, okay? Because the frequency that you're on is what you decide to attract. So if you're seeing those type of women twerking and doing this, is because that's what you're attracting. So instead of looking at the other woman, how about you look within yourself and figure out what you need to change? Because at the end of the day, the things that I attract are not the same as what you're attracting, baby. My frequency don't even see none of that shit. The frequency I am is all around good caliber people. I see good men every day. I see good black men that want to take care of a family, that want to provide for a woman, that want to show up in the ways that I would want a man to show up for. I don't have those problems. I don't be around men that talk that type of shit because my dad told me a long time ago, oh, you think there's no good men in the world? That's because you're not a good woman. Change your frequency, change the things that you attract, change your environment, change your proximity. And at the end of the day, when I decided to do that, I started to see a whole different group of people. So when you decide to change what you're viewing and what you're seeing, then we can have a conversation. But if this is what you see all the time, then you need to look within yourself and stop blaming other people. Because we don't live in a victim mindset, baby.
All right, I'll let you get off. You ready for me now?
No, I'm scared.
No. Now it's my turn.
I'm scared. I don't want to do it.
Get it out.
Get
the
I'll
tension
shut up
out.
and let you just
You did.
go ahead
You let
and
me get it
spill
out.
your shit.
You let me spill my shit. And I appreciate you for that.
You got a man?
I do.
Nah, nigga. No, you don't.
Okay.
Don't do that.
I do.
Don't lie to the cameras.
I'm not lying. I told you already multiple times on every podcast that I do.
Hey, so if y'all watching Truth After Dark, go back to season 1 when I asked her this question 1,000 times.
But things can change. Am I not allowed to have changes in my life?
You look good. Like, I feel like
I'm telling
going out
you.
tonight. Like,
Listen, I just said this on the last video that I did. If you're tuning into this one, go check the first one that I made. I feel like there is an underlying tension between the two of them that they need to speak on. They need to talk about it because she's talking to him. She's telling him this is how you would be. He's asking her personal questions. What is this? What are we doing? Where is this tension coming from? And please, somebody tell me because I need to know. I need to know.
got something going, huh?
You look like you about to go get cracking tonight with this silk
I just got
set.
my regular uniform on for the show.
Okay.
You know
So
what I'm
anyways.
saying? No, it's my turn.
Okay.
You got off. You spilled now. You spilled. Yeah, go ahead and take a deep breath. Yeah, okay. So yeah, like I was saying on the last one. My algorithm may be my doing. Yeah, my algorithm is off because that's what I'm seeing.
There you go.
Thank you.
So I stopped liking those pictures.
See?
But it still don't change that I see regular working women want to turn around, shake that ass, and say, hey, what's going on?
Okay. Okay.
And this is the society we live in. Now, I live in Los Angeles, right? So when I go out to dinner, I'm not a club nigga no more. I'm 47.
I
I'm
can't tell.
chill. I'm not in the streets like that. But even at dinner, I'm seeing these asses out. I'm seeing tits showing.
And you're looking.
And I might look. I might turn a quick second. I might give it a and I give it like a half a second.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that. I'm a man. But I'm like, hey, that's not something I want to spend the rest of my life with. I might want to spend an hour with you. But that's not my...
Those are the women that you'll take home for the weekend, but on Monday morning you don't want to have a conversation with them. That's pretty much what he's referring to.
Mode no more. You know what I'm saying? That's not my mode no more. So, so ladies, if y'all out here and you want to say, oh, I'm just diving into my femininity. I'm just diving into expressing myself. Let me tell you what niggas is thinking. Niggas is thinking, oh, she just want to show that ass.
I'm crying.
She just want to, yeah. And so when a nigga take you out and he say some shit to you that you, hey, come back to the crib, let's get in the jacuzzi, and it throw you off, he was feeling it off your Instagram.
I'm
because
crying.
nigga
The
like,
jacuzzi
what?
is crazy.
How is that crazy? Because when I looked,
Because I heard you
tell.
tell a bitch that before.
How you heard me tell that to her?
She said too much fat.
You wasn't right there.
I promise you told a bitch that. I'm crying. So
You
listen.
don't stop.
So you don't have a jacuzzi?
I don't got a jacuzzi that get hot. I got a bathtub.
Yo, this man is crazy.
Listen, let me
I love this
speak.
man.
Can
I
I
love this man.
speak?
Go ahead. Speak.
So ladies, if y'all over here, and especially if you in the 40s, that's
40s is crazy.
That's crazy. If you in your 40s and you out here in your bikini on the island, you showing your dinner pics. You
That's
out here
right.
showing you at the club. You out here super thirsty. That's blowing me. I'm looking at you like,
But this is my thing.
no. Let me,
No.
don't cut me off. No, I'm still
Okay.
talking.
Go ahead.
Listen, you ladies, keep it cool. Cause there's still niggas out there that'll fuck with you because a nigga that's regular, that's gonna take you to dinner, you ain't gotta do all that. And I know you feeling insecure and everything.
Stop saying women over 40 are insecure, Paul. I'm not over 40. I'm not close to it, but I don't
like
deal with
single, if you single,
That's
pressure
weird.
start
You got to
coming.
stop saying that because at the end of the day, men still
Stop
be burnt
cutting me
out at
off. Why you be cutting me
77.
off? I let you speak, right?
I have to defend
Did I
women.
just let you speak for 3 minutes straight?
And you've been speaking for how long?
I gave you a whole 3 minutes to speak. You
Okay.
you just
I'm
tore-
American. I'm fucked up. I'm
You just
foul.
threw like
Go
1,000
ahead.
bullets into me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I'm cool with that.
But
I'll
you
let
bullet me down every day.
I got a bulletproof vest.
Everyone
Don't worry.
says all you do is run me down through the ground. So I had to come swinging today because everyone's like,
I love
Paul
that you
runs you
swinging.
down through the ground. And I'm like, you know what he do?
I don't run
He
you to
do.
the
Nah, he
ground.
do. Everybody
You're my-
knows. We have
you're
proof.
You're my partner in this podcast. Why would I want to down you? You're cracking.
Paul,
I want us to have a
The
we have a good
sweetness is
chemistry.
coming out.
we do.
That's why we can talk like this.
Exactly.
So,
but
like, I'm gonna let you get off.
get it. Go.
So now-
but we do have to move on from this topic. But go ahead. Get your shit off.
All right, man. Listen, for you females that's out here in the streets, just be streets. Like, let's
Just be what?
Can I just?
I wanted to reiterate it. Just be what?
just be streets.
What does that mean?
That means, listen, when you walk out here with the cakes out,
Okay.
cleavage out,
Okay.
you streets.
And what does streets mean for the white people?
Listen, dog, they know what we talking about. You streets. Listen, and if you in that phase in your life, stay in that phase. But don't get mad when niggas talk to you in that phase. And eventually you will grow out of that, or you may not.
I
And then
understand
you
that.
get into another phase to where you want to be like kids and wifey, right? So listen, erase those pictures from that phase, because when you do the research, like y'all do the research, because Like Big Sean say, we doing research. That's like,
What the fuck is
that's a
that?
real ass song.
I never heard that.
Oh, you got to go back. Big Sean got a song called Research. So look, when we do our research and we see that, and then we like, oh, what's going on? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Cut that out.
Yeah.
Another thing I want to talk about, I want to redirect this.
Go ahead.
I want to ask you a question now.
Okay.
Now, I've been married. You haven't been married. I've had a girlfriend and everything. And the one conversation I was having with a dude was side piece.
Okay.
Side piece conversation. He was like, P, man, my side piece kept my relationship going longer than I wanted it to go. Mm-hmm. Because I was ready to break up with her. But if I didn't have my side piece, I would have divorced her a long time ago. Mm-hmm. So in asking y'all on Truth After Dark, as men, like, I know this ain't right, but do side pieces keep a relationship going longer than it should be?
You're
100%. Like, I heard a dude tell me that. Like 100%. No. And then I'll explain. I'll explain this to you. He was like, man, my side piece was like, he was like, man, I'm ready to be with you. And she was like, nah, stay with your wife. Y'all should be happy. Like the side piece kept the relationship going. Like, he was like, okay. And she was like, no, I like this how we are. And he was going home happy. You know, he was going home. His wife, he wasn't giving him none, but he was getting some from the side piece. So think about this. If he didn't have a side piece, he'd be go home miserable. Like, I ain't got nothing for my wife in 5 months. And I don't know how a man can deal with that. That's crazy. That's terms for divorce, 100%. So if he didn't have his side piece, he would have divorced her. You hear what I'm saying? That's a real thing in this.
Well, what's the reason for not being intimate for 5 months? That should be the real question. You need to, if you can't even have that conversation and say, hey, I noticed something's different. We used to be way more physical, and then it's completely ended. There's always a reason, especially for women. We are very mental, we are emotional. It's very, something is the matter. Or it could also be hormonal too, because as you get older, your hormones change. So the same sex drive that you had in your early 20s, 30s, it changes. Some women say in your 40s it gets even better. But there are times when hormonal changes makes it to where maybe you don't want to as much. Or I always tell my husband too, we've got everything going on. We got the kids. When we first met, we didn't have no kids, right? We made all these babies together, and now we've been married almost 14, 15 years. But at the beginning, it was much easier to become intimate because there was no children around. It was just us. We had access to each other all day with no type of regulations, but now there is. So when a couple has not been intimate and that long, I always say, what's the reason, right? And sometimes we don't want to say, hey, I'm feeling this, or I'm checked out, or I'm really stressed, or whatever, because usually it's something like that, right? And even for a man, he could feel like his needs aren't being met. I know this sounds very crazy, but I remember I had so many friends who would not do fellatio with their husbands or with their boyfriends or with their partners. And they're just like, no, I think that's so gross. But then they expected it to them. I'm like, that's not very reciprocal, right? That's not going to really work for you. It's not going to, and it's truthfully, it's not fair as well. Or I had a friend back in the day who she would not be intimate with her man at all because she just didn't really like intimacy. And I would tell her, well, girl, he's going to find it somewhere, because you can't withhold sex from a man for that long and him not go somewhere else. Men are wired differently when it comes to that. So there is going to be a situation where he is going to start straying. Now for women, this is what's crazy. I got to tell you an insider secret. When women break up from their spouse, their partner, their boyfriend, their husband, they will then go out and do the craziest, I'm talking the craziest stuff with a stranger that they met on the street. And in my head, I'm thinking, why couldn't you have done that with your man and spiced up the intimacy, and then maybe something could have changed? What was the reason? Why didn't you do that? Here's another thing. We're just going down the rabbit hole. Some men do not want to see their woman in that way. Oh, well, why are you being extra slutty? Why are you being like that? Who are you doing that for? I'm doing that for you. I'm doing that for you, sir. But some people aren't as comfortable in their bodies to be intimate in that way. Intimacy is mind, soul. It's so much connected to where some people feel more comfortable going outside of the house and just being a toss damn near than they do getting down with their partner. And that's real. I know some girls, I'm like, you did what? But you won't give fellatio to your husband. You won't give fellatio to your boyfriend. You won't with your long-term partner. And then you wonder why he's starting to look at other things. Oh my God. I could go on forever about that, but I do think it's crazy for there not to even be a conversation as I'm not feeling like my needs are being met, which is a hard conversation to have, but it needs to be brought up in any kind of way. Because what you don't want your partner to think is you holding intimacy away from them is a reflection that you no longer like them and that you don't care for them. Because both sides can become emotional, like, I'm not getting any touch, I'm not getting any love. What's going on? What's wrong with me? How we used to share our love, we are no longer sharing that. So it is crazy. So when he says that some people get divorced, that could happen. If you're not being straight up with each other, which I think a lot of us aren't because we don't even know how to be straight up with ourselves, I think that can put some strain on a relationship. Intimacy is a huge part. It's a huge part, and I don't think we talk about it enough. I know a lot of women, and from my past life, who just weren't even that comfortable with their own bodies. So I'm like, you got to become more comfortable with your body, baby, if you want to be comfortable with somebody else's. But there's reasons for every single person. And same thing for men. Some men just think that fast pound, like, no, babe, she does not want the fast pound, okay? Yeah, there's times that you're going to want to do that. But for the most part, she wants intimacy. She wants there to be touch, mind control, all of that. I think that we're getting carried away. But let's get back to it.
This society, I'm trying to tell you, this is a conversation I had with a nigga. He was like, man, my wife ain't gave me no in 5 months because I've been smashing my side piece for the last 5 months. I can come home and not be tripping. And she kept our marriage together. The reason I didn't divorce her, I would have divorced her a long time ago if it wasn't for my side piece. What you think about that?
I think the side piece has her own relationship too on the side. She's doing her thing. She's doing what benefits from her. Now she gets to act as if she's in a relationship, and then he gets to go home, so it benefits her. What sucks is if you just would have told your wife, like, hey, this is a real problem for me. There's going to be issues if we do not talk about this or figure out what's going on. How can we help each other? Because what made you marry your wife in the first place, that you loved her, that you would say those vows? What was it? You have to go back to the beginning and remember before. It's easy just to go get some head from some chick on the side, right? That's super easy. But is it worth it? Is it worth it to the point where the side piece is like, I'm not trying to have anything with you? That seems like more of the man's problem, that he would rather just be in a crazy triangle versus just being honest with anybody. That's what I'm saying. It goes back to, you have to be honest with yourself. What are your needs? What are your wants? What are your non-negotiables? It needs to happen. So you're not in a situation where you have a wife and you have a side piece and you're like, well, she gives good head, but I absolutely love my wife. Like, what is it? Why can't you just meld those two together and have one titan instead of having to worry about all of this? I don't get that.
Ooh, I got her! Got her! She got nothing to say.
You didn't get me.
Oh, I got her! She ain't got enough of that.
No, I do.
Have you ever been in a relationship?
Yeah.
What's your longest term relationship, Azar?
7 years.
So have you ever went 5 months without giving your man none?
No.
See, so you ain't never had the experience that.
I have a high sex drive. I like to have sex all the time. So for me, it's different.
Damn.
So I don't play that. Like, I be like, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? That breathing is crazy. But anyways,
She's
what
like,
I
"What
would
are you
say
doing?"
is, if you're not giving your man sex for 5 months, you should expect him to be having sex with somebody else. That's just period. If I decided I didn't want to have sex with my man anymore and I didn't
don't
want
like
to give
him.
him head, then I hope that he was getting it for somewhere else because I'm tired. You know what I'm saying? If I'm tired and I just can't do it, then a man has needs. And that coconut oil and that jack off only goes so far.
It does.
So at this point,
You got to be open.
at this point, you might as well go do your big one. You should expect that as a woman. I'm rooted in reality. I don't live in delusion or fantasy. I didn't grow up on fairy tales. So at the end of the day, what I feel is if you're not giving your man or fulfilling his needs, then he gonna get that shit from somewhere else. And I was raised like that. My dad is married. My parents are still married. My sister is married, and I know that. And I was taught that as a very young age. So at the end of the day, I'm not promoting cheating, but I am understanding that if your needs are not getting met within a marriage, then at the end of the day, you should expect that your man is going to find it elsewhere.
What? Ever been cheated on?
We've talked about me being cheated on multiple times on the podcast. Yes, I have been cheated on.
How did you feel about that? Like, did it like ruin it? Like,
Cheating, it hurt me. Yeah, because
have you ever cheated on somebody in a relationship?
no. I always say when I was 14, but that doesn't count. But yeah, no.
When I was a child.
This is the thing that's been going on online, and I know I'm talking a lot, and I know, but like, let me ask you something.
Sure.
If you have a man, right, and he likes a girl's picture, and it's a bad one. She got ass out and everything, cakes showing, flopping everything. He like that shit. Is that cheating?
No.
He can do that? He can like that?
I mean, this is what I will say about it.
No,
right?
I'm saying.
Listen.
I don't think that's cheating at all. I'm usually the one who's going to point out to my husband, like, that's your type, because he has a type. I know exactly his type. I'm like, did you see that? If we're at the store and I see his type, I'm like, did you see that? Usually I'm the first person telling him, right? I'm like, yo, she just walked around the corner. We like to keep it to the point where we are open with each other. I would rather know his type than not. And when I say that, I think about back in the day, I used to go to the strip clubs. We'd all go as couples, right? And it would always blow my mind that my one friend, her man, when it was time for him to pick his stripper, was completely opposite of what his lady was. Completely opposite. I would be more offended at that than you liking the stripper. When we go to the strip club together, I know which one he's picking. And I get pissed when we go in there and there's none of his type. He don't want no skinny, bony, scrawny woman. He don't want none of that. Tori's like, this isn't for me. He will be like that. So if we went into a place and he liked the complete opposite of me, that's when I would have a problem. If he was liking pictures of women who look nothing like me, there would be a problem. Because are you really with who you want to be with, right? What is your type? So for me, if he's, I can already tell you what they look like. They're tall, they're thick. I am 6'4" in heels and I'm thick. You can't tell by just seeing my head, but that's it. So I know that the women he is looking at are similar to me. He likes certain features. So when I see him, I point it out to him. So I do not get jealous, but I would have a problem if it was completely opposite. So I'm like, hey, now, what are you doing? Because he wouldn't be open with me and telling me what he truly wants. And as my partner, I need to know everything that he wants so that I can get into those roles and characters. Because, baby, we role play. I have about 20 wigs upstairs in different outfits. You got to keep the spice alive. We have to be able to hack our minds. I can't just be giving him the same old supper every night. I cannot. I got to switch it up. That's how we stay attracted to each other. That's how we stay connected. So the only reason I would get upset if he was liking other people is if that wasn't what I knew he liked. Okay? And then even with the wigs, I switch it up. So, okay, you want a little of this? We have different names for the characters. We have all of that stuff. But we've also been together for a long enough time to where we have intimacy, we have communication, we have collaboration. Okay? We plan these things together. It's fun. And yeah, I would not be upset. I would not be jealous unless it was somebody who looked completely opposite and I didn't know about it.